Have you ever cared about someone so much that you tried everything to keep them close? You texted first. You called when they stopped calling. You gave your time, your energy, your heart, and still, they drifted away. You wondered what went wrong. You replayed every conversation in your head. And somehow, the more you tried, the more distant they became. But what if I told you, it's not that you weren't good enough. It's not that they stopped caring. It's something deeper, something hidden in human psychology. A natural force that makes people pull away when they feel chased. It's called psychological reactance. And once you understand it, you'll stop chasing people and start attracting them effortlessly. So sit back, listen closely, because this could change the way you see love, forever. Sometimes, you care about someone so deeply that you start chasing their attention. You text first, you call often, you try to show them how much they mean to you. But the harder you try, the colder they become. The more you reach out, the further they pull away. And deep inside, you begin to wonder, what did I do wrong? It's not that you loved too much. It's that your love started to feel like pressure. Human beings have a powerful instinct, the need for freedom. We want to choose who we give our time, our energy, and our emotions to. But when someone feels like their freedom is being taken away, even by affection, the mind fights back. This reaction is called psychological reactance. It's not about hate, it's about defense. Think about it. When someone tries to convince you to do something you're not sure about, don't you instantly feel resistance rising inside you? Even if what they're saying makes sense, something in you whispers, "No, I'll decide for myself." That same mechanism works in love, friendship, and family. When people sense you're trying too hard to hold on to them, their brain interprets it as a threat to their independence. And so they start to pull away. They text less. They stop answering calls as quickly. They say they're busy. Not because they stopped caring, but because they're trying to breathe. You see, love should feel like air, not a cage. When it feels like someone is trying to control your choices, even out of love, your instinct is to run toward freedom. That's human psychology. But the painful part, the person doing the chasing usually has the purest intentions. They just want to be seen, to be loved, to feel chosen. They don't realize that in chasing, they're accidentally pushing the other person away. It's like trying to hold water in your hands. The tighter you squeeze, the faster it slips away. Imagine this. You're standing in a field, feeling free. The sun is warm, the air is light, you can move wherever you want. Then someone grabs your hand and says, "Don't go anywhere. Stay here with me." Even if that person loves you, even if you care about them deeply, something inside you wants to break free. That's reactance. It's your mind's alarm system that goes off when it feels someone is trying to control your choices. It says, "Wait, I decide what I want, not you." This happens in subtle ways. When you message someone repeatedly and they don't reply, and you keep sending another, "Hey," and another, "Are you okay?" Ellipsis. It stops sounding like care, and starts sounding like control. The person begins to associate your attention with pressure, not comfort. So their brain protects them by creating distance. They might ignore your messages, not because they don't like you, but because they're protecting their sense of control. Psychologists discovered something fascinating about this. When people feel they're losing freedom, their brain releases stress hormones, the same ones triggered during threats. It's literally like their mind says, "I'm suffocating." And so, they withdraw. They ghost. They need space. But here's the irony. The more distance they create, the more the chaser panics. They feel rejected, unwanted, unloved. And in panic, they chase even harder. More calls, more texts, more begging to talk things out. And the cycle begins. The more you chase, the more they run. The more they run, the more desperate you feel. It's a painful dance. Not because love isn't there, but because freedom and fear are fighting for control. You see, when you start chasing someone, you may think you're showing love. But to the other person, it begins to feel like you're asking them to give up a part of themselves just to make you happy. And nobody wants to lose themselves, not even for love. When people feel that being with you means giving up their peace, their schedule, their choices, they start to associate you with pressure. They don't think of the good memories, or your kindness, or your heart. They think of the heaviness that comes with your presence. That's how relationships fade. Not because of lack of love, but because of emotional suffocation. Let's be honest. When someone stops texting you as much, when they grow distant, it hurts deeply. You feel invisible. You feel unimportant. So you try to prove your worth. You try harder. You reach out. You beg for closure. But in trying to prove you're worthy of love, you start to forget that you already were. Chasing doesn't prove your value, it hides it. Because the moment you chase, you're saying, I'm afraid you might leave, so I'll do anything to make you stay. And fear never creates attraction, it creates imbalance. True connection isn't built on fear of losing someone. It's built on peace. The peace of knowing, you're free to go, but you still choose to stay. That's love. That's trust. Psychologically, the human heart is drawn to peace. People stay where they feel safe, not trapped. They open up where they feel accepted, not analyzed. And they love more when they know their freedom isn't threatened. So, if you truly want someone to stay, stop chasing. Instead, pause, breathe, give them the space to miss you, to think about you without pressure. When someone feels you respect their space, they start to feel safe again. And when they feel safe, they start to return. Sometimes, silence is more powerful than words. Sometimes, stepping back speaks louder than 1,000 messages. Here's a truth that sounds strange but is deeply real. You don't attract people by needing them. You attract them by being okay without them. When you stop chasing, you don't lose power. You reclaim it. Because chasing comes from fear. Fear of being alone, fear of being unwanted. But letting go comes from strength, the kind that says, if it's meant for me, I don't have to beg for it. Psychologically, humans are drawn to confidence and emotional calm. When someone senses you're not desperate for their attention, their mind relaxes. They no longer feel cornered. They no longer feel the need to pull away. Instead, curiosity returns. They start to wonder, why did they stop chasing me? Do they still care? What are they doing now? And slowly, their brain, which once felt suffocated, begins to crave your energy again. Because now, you're not chasing. You're glowing. You've become the calm in a world full of noise. It's psychological magnetism. People are naturally drawn to what feels peaceful, not pressured. Think about it. When someone is confident enough to give you space, it communicates something powerful. They trust themselves. They know their worth. They're not begging to be chosen. They choose themselves. And that confidence creates mystery, which triggers attraction. Because the mind wants what feels valuable. And value is never found in desperation, it's found in self-respect. So instead of saying, please don't leave, say, it's okay if you need space. Instead of texting 100 times, say one simple thing, I'm here when you're ready. And then actually mean it. It's not manipulation, it's maturity. It's giving someone the gift of choice. And when people realize they're free to choose, they're more likely to choose you. Because love that grows in freedom is stronger than love that grows in fear. You know what's truly powerful? Learning to love without losing yourself. Because love isn't supposed to feel like running in circles, chasing someone who keeps walking away. It's supposed to feel calm, safe, mutual. It's supposed to make you grow, not shrink. Sometimes, the most loving thing you can do is stop chasing and start choosing yourself. When you stop begging for attention, your silence starts speaking the truth. I am worth being chosen freely, not out of guilt or pressure. Letting go doesn't mean you've stopped caring. It means you've accepted that love can't be forced. It has to flow, naturally, gently, and freely. And maybe, just maybe, the moment you stop chasing is the moment they realize what they lost. Because people only see your value when they no longer feel entitled to it. And sometimes, stepping back gives them the space to finally step forward. But even if they don't, you win. Because you've grown. You've learned that peace is better than attention. That self-worth is louder than desperation. That walking away from chaos doesn't mean weakness, it means wisdom. So remember this, if someone truly wants to be in your life, you won't have to chase them. They'll meet you halfway. They'll show up. And it won't feel like begging, it'll feel like belonging. If this message spoke to your heart today, don't just scroll away. Take a deep breath. Think of that one person you've been chasing emotionally, and choose peace instead. And if you love learning about how the mind, emotions, and relationships work, subscribe to Psychology Facts for more deep, emotional truths about human behavior. Comment below. I choose peace over pressure. Share this with someone who needs to hear it today. Because sometimes, all it takes is one realization to change the way we love forever.